Hey guys, what's going on? We have Extreme Super Battle Road. Now, originally I thought this was going to be kind of like an int-cell-led run, but turns out that is not the case. We are doing a bit of a switch up here. We are actually doing a Wicked Bloodline-centric team, and that is due to the 200% leader that comes from Cooler. 200% leaders are not to be taken for granted, and in today's video I'm going to be showing why. The 170% lead of Bardock is just trash. He's 4-key, but Bardock is just, he's a walking L, to put it bluntly, right? So what we're going to be doing today is a setup that, you know, isn't unorthodox, but is maybe not what you guys were expecting. The Revenge category is very Cell-centric, it's very Trunk-centric, a lot of Bardocks, a lot of Gohans. So what this kind of leads into is a convoluted mess of units that don't link with each other, units that are old, their EZAs are underwhelming. We got, you know, 2020 led Dokkan Fest like Tech Gohan. God bless him. He's amazing. He's aged well. But unfortunately, in this case of Extreme Super Battle Road, they're not going to look as impressive. I would say the best unit on the category is this bad boy right here, but obviously he is not going to fit on Metal Cooler's 200% leader skill. So we're going to be taking advantage of a 2022 Dokkan mechanic to take care of this stage. So the team we are rocking with, maybe what we do. I'm trying to see for the Wicked Bloodline if there's anybody else that we could run that would work out a little bit better than these free-to-play guys, but I think rocking with this team should be more than enough. So we will test this, we'll item our way through it. Here is the team we are going with today. We have physical Metal Coolers, 2 of them, both the LRs obviously, and then the free-to-play physical Metal Cooler. We have Tech Golden Frieza, we have AGL Golden Frieza, we know why they're here. Damage reduction is very overpowered in Dokkan, if I'm sure you know by now. AGL Metal Cooler for the attack stats that he can put up, as well as just kind of linking well with the team. And then my new toy, LR Golden Frieza, level 10 links, all that fun stuff. We're going to go ahead and take him in here. So Revenge Extreme Super Battle Road, there you go. I would say that this is probably the simplest way to do it. So let's go ahead and hop in, and I'll show you guys why I mean that. So first fight is against Dodoria and Zarbon, and we have an okay setup here. We have AGL Golden Frieza with Metal Cooler, and as well as Tech Golden Frieza. So what we would want to do, we have slot 1, we're good. But Tech Golden Frieza tends to have a little bit of fraudulence in his game. So this is what we're going to do, right? We're going to protect Metal Cooler, and we're going to protect, what's his name? We're going to protect Tech Golden Frieza here. That's the whole idea. We're going to make sure that they don't get caught for a lot of damage, and we don't lose our HP threshold with Golden Frieza. So here we go. Not worried about taking damage right here. AGL Golden Frieza is fine. He is a beautiful boy. He has no problems. He's a great unit. Love that guy. But the Tech Golden Frieza isn't as dupe heavy as the AGL one is, so things get a little bit cloudy when we think about that, right? He is, it's a little bit tricky, right? So, like I said, the LR Golden Frieza will be fine, but this is going to be, like I said, this is a bit of a slower burn type of team, right? Things got to build up, you got to take our time with it, and that's just kind of how things are going to go. So what we are looking for is to try and build up the Metal Coolers as fast as possible. We're trying to get the AGL Metal Cooler cooking. This is the best way to do this because this one is kind of the link battery between the two that keeps things afloat, and that is how we're going to do it. Last turn we used an Icarus, so we still do have the 2 turns of damage reduction. We should be good right here with this setup right here, and then what we want to go with is just a continued onslaught on Zarbon. That's kind of the idea. There's an ambulance going by. Hope everything is good. It's always something up here. I hope it's not picking this up. You know what I mean? Okay, that's actually a huge crit right there. So what can potentially tank this run? Let me not say it. Hold on. Is a Dodoria super to that unit right there. That is what is, like, especially in this specific fight, would be like kind of like not a deal breaker, but that would hurt the most, right? Because AGL Metal Cooler needs a little bit to build up, but he is lowering the attack on Zarbon, so like now Zarbon is a little bit more nerfed, and now we have the big boy rotation that we wanted to have set up in the first place. So now LR Golden Frieza is going to be here to help us with the offense a little bit, so that way we can kind of get the other LR, or the AGL Golden Frieza on rotation on the other one, so that way we have 2 just really reliable slot 1 tanks in both rotations, right? Both coincidentally, sorry, AGL Golden Friezas. So yeah, there we go. So now we have an attack lowering going on Zarbon, and we're getting more respectable attack numbers. And then we have to get rid of Dodoria, which could take a little bit because this isn't like a very STR heavy team, right? Triple super right there from Golden Frieza. Hopefully this gets rid of Zarbon so that way we can start to focus on Dodoria, get the attack lowering going and all that fun stuff. And that way we can avoid using items and kind of more focus on just staying defensive, right? Or we don't have to rely on items to get us through the run, rather, would be the better word for it, right? So what we're doing is LR Golden Frieza or a Golden Frieza with a LR Metal Cooler. That is the setup here. That is what is going to help us get this run done, make things kind of go like swimmingly, right? That is, yeah, we're good. That was the good Golden Frieza. What am I talking about? I got nervous for half a second there, but then I remembered who he was. So, let's do this. I'm not worried about Frieza getting us killed right here, but he could potentially get done up a little bit, right? By a super. 2,000 damage, not that bad. But like I said, LR Metal Cooler needs to lower the attack on this guy and stuff like that. We are kind of risking it for the biscuit right here with not using an item for the physical Metal Cooler on the end. But again, you know, you have to be great. You got to attempt to be great if you want to make great plays. So here we go, lowering the attack. This can help, again, this is in another attack lowering. This can help us avoid any potential big damage from a Dodoria super. That's, you know, kind of the key to getting this done efficiently is letting LR Metal Cooler cook, right? Very good units here. We have 2022 LRs all over the place doing good damage and also playing pretty well defensively, right? So now, especially now that we have our rotation set up, 5 turns for the first fight, by the way, it's really going to start to like flow and mesh a little bit better now that we can actually like get going. It takes a little bit of time to build up, but once that build up is here, it's going to look very impressive. So that is kind of the idea here. It's play it slow. This is a turtle mode team, but it's better to do this than to try and run LR Tech Broly, AGL Bardock, and do all that fun stuff and be here all day just try to do resets. Int Cell can look very impressive, but again, that would require you running a leader skill that isn't going to be as efficient as something like this. So here we go. That's the best attack stat of the video so far, and that is on a 55% Metal Cooler. So that is kind of the idea here. Again, the item has already been used, so that's out the window, but it worked out just fine. So a 5-turn opening fight. Hopefully these next 2 fights can go by a little bit quicker, but you guys get the idea, right? This is a turtle mode team. You take your time, you get it done. The whole world works. So right here, again, this is the first turn. So what we want to do is just, we'll use this right here. I don't know. Let's just pop a Princess Snake just to make sure we don't take any like unnecessary damage. That's the idea. Unnecessary damage is what kills you in these Super Battle Road runs, when you just, you know, you loosen up a little bit and then you take a super in a spot you weren't supposed to take a super in, and then that ends up being the end of the run. So that's kind of the idea here. If I can't overstate it enough, ooh, nice dodge. We're playing it slow, taking our time, letting the units do their thing, defense cooking, offense cooking, all that fun stuff. The offense not really cooking. Offense is more simmering. It's got to build, right? Metal Cooler's got to get hit a bunch. Even the AGL Metal Cooler's got to get hit a bunch, right? Like, because AGL Metal Cooler can look very impressive, but in the Super Battle Road environment, it can be tricky because he isn't really suited to be a turn 3 menace. He's more of a turn 6, turn 7 type of menace, if you will. So that is where that gets a little bit tricky, but like you don't even really need to check like the defensive numbers here. It's just like everybody's running around with damage reduction. Everybody's got decent attack. Everyone's got decent defense, right? The free-to-play units are like what will probably end up being like the death of you if you end up getting unlucky, right? So yeah, right here, let's Wease it up, and that's going to be the last item we use in this fight. Or in this, yeah, probably throughout like in this specific battle right here that we're in right now. Because we're gonna get that Dokkan attack before you know it, and we would ideally want it to go to like LR Golden Frieza with an 18 key or something like. Oh, okay, nice dodge, but that's kind of what we're looking for. That's 5 dodge, by the way. So 4.7. I'm pretty sure a triple super isn't guaranteed here, but it is likely. So here we go. Get that big boy damage in. There you go, Golden Frieza. Boom. That was like what, a third of his health bar, and then we're gonna do another one and lower the attack, and this is going to just kind of add up really quickly. But I had a train of thought there and I lost it. I'll get it. I hate when this happens. What were we talking about? We weren't checking numbers. The free-to-play units getting you. This happens when you're talking like a whole bunch, right? And these trains of thoughts just leave you. I know that this cooler can nullify supers, by the way. Not, of course, these are all blasts, so he's not, but he can. Yeah, so Oh, like also the Dokkan attack, right? I think that's what we were talking about. That big attack stat could be like 5 to 6 mil, and that can really kind of work out chilled. Chilled might be a one enemy fight, so that's like really where things can get freaky. We did an Icarus right here, so this is where we got to kind of slow down a little bit, because I'm not in the market for finishing this as soon as possible. I want to have the Dokkan attack on the next fight. This fight is not that important, right? Because we're almost done. So ideally, we want to get out of this fight as soon as we can. So it's like we need to get rid of. I got to be honest with you. I don't know who these enemies we're fighting are. They look like they have Frieza blasters, so they're probably part of Frieza's army. If they're named characters, then sorry, but they just aren't ringing a bell. Maybe they're in the Bardock special. That would be like my best guess. I don't think there's like Frieza army in the Tarble thing that they did. I don't even know what that's called. Isn't that like the Adventure of Son Goku and Friends or something like that? Like Tarble shows up and he's married like some alien thing. I know it's something along those lines. Like, look at my wife, and they're like, "That's your wife?" Okay, there we go. Yep. Oh, actually, I say there we go, but I don't think we're going here, because now there's a 6.3 mil. That's huge. That's actually like big. Yeah, get rid of him. Frieza, you're throwing. You're throwing, lad. I need a triple super right here, Frieza. Come on, give it to me. Yeah. Okay, that's huge. Because now we can get the next super with probably LR Metal Cooler. I'll probably just throw him in slot 1 and let him build up, right? That's the idea. Okay, LR Metal Cooler. I need this 5.6 to finish the enemy off right here. I need it. Like, please. Here we go. Boom, 700k. That is enough. Nice. Okay, we got the Dokkan attack where we wanted. Everything is going according to plan, kinda. So, what's the Kelsey Brothers thing? 100% of the time, 92% of the time, or something like that? Like, okay. So one thing that did work out nicely here is we are getting not a substantial, but a good amount of ki. So this is going to guarantee that we have a full buildup on Metal Cooler. So now what we want to do, I know you think I forgot to pop an item, but we're going to pop a Whis, get an old Whis going. And now this is going to lead to as much attack buildup as we're going to need on Cooler, so that way this attack stack can get, fairly high. It's not going to be perfect, but we're at 24 or 23 ki now, so his attack stat is going to look a little bit better. We got the super out of the way, only 186k. We're going to heal that right back up. Now we were at 6.7 for the Dokkan attack rather than maybe like a 300, 400k that maybe more like 1 mil the HGL Golden Frieza would have done, right? So that is the power of using a Whis, right? Can really make these units kind of pop out a little bit more. Hide them defensively. It's like they give them to us, we might as well use them, right? I don't think there's really any shame in using items. So no item runs are fun, but not in like a case of like, here's a guide on how to beat the stage, this is what you should aim to do. I think an item is more than justified in this specific scenario. So yeah, we just did like half a chilled health right there, so that's a really good start. Then what we would want to probably do again is just put LR Metal Cooler in slot 1 again, and just let him take all those hits in slot 1 and build up that attack really high, and that way we can really get to getting through this stage, because now we've already gotten him halfway down, and this is like another one of these instances where you could also do kind of like the stun lock strategy, because whenever it's a one enemy fight, that's really important, because then it's like I should have went for the STR orbs, but you can just get one enemy in like a rotation and then just keep him stun locked, and stun locking is so important just because what is an enemy to do when the whole time is just like they literally can't attack you? It's just like you just tee off until you're done, right? And like usually you only have the luxury of doing that in one enemy fights, because there's just not anybody else you have to worry about. You're just all focused on one enemy, and then in this case it's really helpful. So like I said, this is a bit of a slower run. We're 14 minutes in and we're not even close to done with this fight yet, but the first fight took like 6-7 minutes, so that's why this one is going a little bit longer. But again, some decent options on this team. LR Golden Frieza is replaceable. You guys saw at the beginning of the video I took him off. I don't remember who I had in that spot, if I'm being honest. I think it was physical Mecha Frieza, right? And like again, that's a free-to-play unit, so everyone should have him done and rainbowed, right? So that's another option, right? Physical Mecha Frieza, you have, and you guys saw it, maybe you just have to kind of improvise and run a team with like Tech Gohan on or something like that. But I'm showing you maybe not a free-to-play friendly team, but I am showing you a team that can reliably get this stage done without too much trouble. this is my first try on this specific instance, and it's going pretty well, I'd say. We haven't really hit like a major roadblock yet. And if you want to do all that damage to Metal Cooler, go ahead, because he can just revive. So that is what's really fun about this Metal Cooler as well. I forgot to bring that up. But, you know, we're just going to slowly but surely get this done, and we're churning it out. We're going to get some attack lowering going, all that fun stuff. 6 mil right there from physical Metal Cooler. Decent stuff right there. But when it comes to global stuff, that's pretty much it, really, for this beginning instance of the Golden Week content. What are you going to do right here? Yeah, 250k. We saw that coming. But like with the Golden Week content, like I said, I'm sure we already know that there's a chain battle coming. We know we've got probably Infinite Dragon Ball History will probably come around. There's still a lot to be done. So enjoy your boss rush, enjoy your free stones. But we still have a job to do. I guess we're not fully home free yet, but we are almost there. Like I said, I'm pretty confident at this point. I'm feeling like we don't really need to item it out to really win this. I'm just kind of taking the time here. I think LR Golden Frieza will be just fine. And I think by that point, like I said, if you want to kill somebody, go ahead and take out Metal Cooler. He'll just revive and we'll just be back at square one, and then I'll just take you out next turn. So, Chilled, you got nothing on me, buddy old boy. 2.8 mil right there. We're going to lower your attack again, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can moan and groan, you can chuck and jive, but we're just going to lower your attack. So, one enemy, my favorite type of Super Battle Road fight. Sure, they got a lot of HP, but you can really neuter their abilities, like really limit what they can do. So, Metal Cooler, do your thing. Boom, attack, defense lowered. Oh, hey, Physical Cooler, you want to do an additional so the free-to-play unit ends the job here? Make my day. Do it. Do it. Come on. Nah, it's not going to be enough. But, okay, this game, okay, so Metal Cooler, we won't audio it out, but we will visual it out. I think these are intros. Let me just put both on, because I don't know which is which. This is the JP struggle, but here we go. Oh, no, they were already off. You know what? It's okay. It happens. Metal Cooler won the game for us. There we go. All fun and games. We won't redo that. It's fine. But Revenge Extreme Super Battle Road, just run a Wicked Bloodline team. There you guys go. Not too bad whatsoever, just a little bit of a longer run. And, you know, sometimes slow and steady does win the race. And in this case, this is very stress-free, a little under 15 minutes. But that's all I got for you in today's video. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you are new around here. 55% of you watching are not subscribed, so please make sure to hit that subscribe button. It would make my day and supports the channel greatly. Leave a comment saying if you were able to do this and all that fun stuff. Helps me in the algorithm. But that's all I got for you today, and I'll catch you guys next time.